Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt with 86. Flydigi's Apex 4 is a nice addition to the lineup. I suppose it ought to be, as the Apex controllers have been a driving force for them for a couple years now. In the box we have the top letter from the project director, and under this we have the controller, a braided USB A to C cable for wired or charging, or wired and charging, a 2.4 GHz wireless dongle, a small document package, and the Apex 4 itself. When you hold it, you feel like you're holding a quality, expensive device. It's just part of the experience, I guess, that adds to the controller's wow factor. Immediately, I'd like to let you know it's compatible with the Flydigi charge docks that are not included. They're sold separately and they're hard to find, but if you have one, it's compatible with the previous generation charge docks. The controller has comfortable rubberized grips on the left and right side and immediately feels heavier than my V3P. The paddles on the underside are all familiar and comfortable as far as placement goes, and even feel more satisfying to the press than the V3Ps. Back around to the top side, the mechanical buttons are going to be a hit or miss for people. I like them. They are a hit for me, and they are a mirror of the V3P that I use, so they blend in really well for me and my playstyle right now. They're very comfortable, they actuate well, and they sound good. We'll do a button test in just a second. The 8-way D-pad is removable, presumably swappable, but the 4-way is not included with this package. That being said, it feels like a comfortable improvement over the former design of the 8-way that's on the V3P, and it seems mildly more pronounced, a smidge smaller in diameter, and more accurate in actuation. Tiny changes make big differences sometimes. This definitely feels a little bit better than the one I'm familiar with already. The right and left bumper feel comfortable and pretty on point average for Flydigi. The right and left trigger are Hall effect non-locking range triggers, and they offer force feedback. They aren't the only things. The Hall effect sticks feature force adjustment tuning and added adjustable tension. I don't know if I've ever used anything similar to this outside of force feedback on a race wheel, but it's pretty neat. Anyways, let's take a listen to the buttons real quick so we can move on. I know that's important to some people. If you don't care about it, just skip ahead. Centered between start and select is a tiny screen or charge display. If you've got it charging on battery, it'll tell you what your battery's at. Power on reveals, is that Final Fantasy VII characters? Looks like it. I think that is. That's got to be Final Fantasy VII characters. Interesting. It doesn't appear to offer much more than just being a screen for the occasional information. It's definitely not like the screen on the Mamba 1. If you want to unlock the controller's full potential and macro ability, the desktop app is definitely the way to go. You can program and assign macros as well as make massive adjustments to the controller and even troubleshoot issues. And here's something that's a little bit of a shortcoming. The resistance added in the stock fighting or racing modes on the triggers, it's a lot less enjoyable and more mechanical grindy and just doesn't feel good. If I'm playing Street Fighter 6, I don't want my right and left triggers to be fighting me in this kind of grindy manner while I'm trying to do a hit or a kick. And yet it does with this stock mode. It's a little bit rough to use. This is where I would prefer more of a solid rail lock like we see on the V3P. Something I can lock the trigger in to be open or closed 100%, short depression, short travel distance, but that's not the case here. In racing games, it's a little more acceptable, but it just feels weird. It feels grindy. The controller lighting is pretty subtle. I don't really understand why we dated the controller Flydigi 2024 other than to just let you know which variant or model this is, but I could have done without Flydigi 2024 as a light up feature on the controller. While it has an amazing feel and definitely quality of life improvements, my personal playstyle is more suited to the V3P. I'd like a more solid feel that the Apex 4 offers applied to the V3P in the future. Maybe a V4P that is more like the Apex but still has my rail locks. Don't get rid of my rail locks, I want my rail locks. Fans of the Apex and its controller style should be pretty happy with this controller. Flydigi continues to be pretty bottom line awesome. I hope this was somewhat helpful and useful to you. This was a quick overview of the Apex 4. You guys have a great day, night, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next video I do.